Hi friends, welcome to BMCHD Videos. So we are here today at the launch of Royal Enfield Twins. Both are 50cc twins, and you will get to see a Interceptor and a GT. It was supposed to be live at around 6:30. Sorry for the delay. It'll take some time for the video to be set up because we're live streaming the video. They're from YouTube, which will be which is the live launch that is happening at Goa. So patience, please. So here we go. You can see around. Have a look at the bikes which are covered, which will open only and only when the video is played. So wait for it. Definitely worth the wait. All the best.
Right, so we'll be now going and having covered the bikes. Yeah, hi. So we are waiting here in Royal Enfield showroom. Actually, the live was supposed to at 6:30, but now it's getting late.
For this brand to make bikes that appeal to all the senses, bikes that keep the rider involved, that feel like an extension of the body and free the mind. Bikes that are exciting even at normal running speeds. Bikes that put everyone under the spell. I love that part, and I'll come back to that sometime. And bikes that demand to be ridden all the time. These words resonate with us at a very visceral level and has given us direction. But that's not the only interesting part. The fact is that these words were written in 2005 at a time on a coffee table when we were celebrating 50 years in India, and we launched this coffee table book. And some of you may have even have some of these. We are actually relaunching this year, and hopefully we will be able to send them to you. But the legend rides on. These are excerpts from there. It's not something that we wrote today. And there is something very pure about this, and it also talks about the fact that it's not something that we've been starting to do now. It was done at a time, it was written at a time, and we had very little money. We had very little, we didn't sell those many bikes. We were a small, very motivated but small place in Chennai, trying to build something pure. What's interesting is that that hasn't changed, and it still holds extremely true for us. So instead of only looking at the corporate video, why don't I invite the person who's the author of these? Somebody said our aim here, our aim that we set out, and these kind of words, we haven't wavered an inch. We're still on that path. We're still trying to accomplish these very things that we set out to accomplish in that time. Mind you, these words were written before we had the classic, before we had profits, before we had any of that kind of stuff, right? So, but the idea was always this, that we want to do something really special and
charm people with these lovely sort of old school motorcycles. And but what I want to do is I want to just talk about the twins. We've talked about the twins quite a bit. You've been through the history and the technical walkthrough and all that. What I want to tell you about a little bit is what's happened at Royal Enfield. We're not the same company we were 20 years ago or 10 years ago when this was written. We're an entirely different company, hopefully, and I believe we've hung on to some of the really important things. We've hung on to some of the things that brought us here. But we've also metamorphosed, we've changed so much. We've really evolved in many ways, which is very difficult to describe. But I'm going to try to describe that to you, just to tell you that how we are now ready to take on the world. How Royal Enfield is now truly ready to take on the world. And of course the twins are a big part of that, but it's not just the twins, it goes well beyond that. Because from the very start, and including today, customers have been absolutely at the core. Riders have absolutely been the core of the company, the inner sanctum of the company. That's really important. Our product strategy has always been, and even more so, we have a strong team now. We have very strong capabilities, but that's at the very core of the start of new products. All of this starts with ideation, and in that core, we have all hardcore riders. You've met a lot of the team members here. They are the ones who are thinking up these things. They're the ones talking to customers. They're the ones who are understanding. They're the ones who are writing all the time and getting ideas. And that's what we do. That's what we do. We have riders absolutely at the core of this organization, describing what motorcycles we have. And then that transcends to everything else in the company. The industrial design process, it's grown by leaps and bounds. I mean, we've got teams in India, we've got teams in UK, we've got so much going on. Our engineering, for example, we've had, what was it? We were around 50. It takes us a long time to bring a product to life now.
The bikes that are being launched right now, I did get a chance to ride those bikes during the testing and training. So it was really an awesome experience. I can say it has got a 47 bhp of power and 52 Nm torque and 18 inches of tires make it really easy for me to trust the bike and handling of the bike.
Bikes from 2 leaves, right? So that's a very worth it, and that is everything in Royal Enfield. We will change how we do motorcycles in time. The best process, the best equipment, the best everything is going to be there in Royal Enfield, and that's what we did. And we upgraded the entire company. We went to the best people in the world for everything. And that's what Oracle did for us. It didn't just give us capacity, it gave us a full new idea of manufacturing. You walk into a plant now, it's extremely modern. I wish some of you and all of you can go there. It's squeaky clean, there's no noise, it doesn't look like there's anything happening, it's just straight flow. There's no people rushing around, there's none of that. It's process, it's timeliness, it's just like clockwork. And that's what you need a plant to be, clockwork. Our supplier strategy, that's entirely changed. We've got the best suppliers in the world because now we make 75,000 motorcycles a month. They're all at a fixed set, they're all coming to us and they're all saying, can we supply to you? It's not like the earlier days when we used to beg and plead and ask them for 2,000 a month and we weren't willing. So we've got them and we work with them. In fact, our capabilities in some cases are well beyond the supplier capabilities now. You've ridden the motorcycles, you've seen how the fueling of the motorcycles and the throttle responses. That's not our suppliers doing it, that's us. We've gained that capability in-house to do that. So that's on the supplier side, and then we have entirely new processes. We have Japanese processes of Shokiri Kandi where we do 200% inspection.
It's in Bangalore location. People are asking about location, so I'm in Bangalore. So this is the showroom. So we are here to remove the cover of the bike. Actually, the one she was talking, Priyanka, she personally owns an Royal Thunderbird and she's a professional biker.
Just to make sure that when these motorcycles roll, these are new products, these are new processes. You've got to make sure that they're really right. So Royal Enfield is really transformed. Royal Enfield has really changed. We're ready for the big time. And it's not just in manufacturing, it's in our distribution as well. You know our distribution. I mean, again, we used to plead and beg to have dealers. We started our own markets company. We started our own first store in India, in Hyderabad actually, was because guess what? No one wanted to be a dealer. Now we have lines of people wanting to be a dealers when we go to new city. They didn't want to be a dealer. So we set up our own stores. And since then we've transformed our entire retail experience. We've got around 860 stores in India and around the world. We've got stores, maybe 40 exclusive stores around the world, another 550 multi-brand stores in international markets. I mean, this is what they look like. And you go to small towns, not that's not a small town. We go to tiny towns in India, and which one is that? Alright. I can't recognize the names, and I've crossed some of those towns recently. And Royal Enfield's become a landmark in those towns. People see that store, they're like, oh my god, we haven't seen anything like this. They walk in, young guys, they're like, oh my god, this is amazing. And it's not just the store, they walk in, and what we're working on tremendously is the experience. That's where we spend our money. We don't spend it on other flashy stuff. We're spending our money on training our people, on hiring them. Chokra boyfriend is there to give you prices. They're there to encourage you, engage with you, and do all of that. And our service has gone through.
Hi guys, I just have.
Outstanding and absolute.
Are you able to hear the audio, guys? Just please reply me in the chat whether you are able to hear the audio.
For our service, because we did have issues with our service in the past. We've grown to over 10,000 bays now. We've got, we service 7.5
network issues, so I just want to confirm whether you are able to hear the audio.
Job cards in a year. That's the kind of numbers. Is that the right? But somewhere in that thing, we've absolutely changed.
Yes, Sagar, hi. Are you able to hear the audio?
Number one in dealer satisfaction in all of India.
I'm in Bangalore.
Number one in dealer satisfaction. We're not a big brand. We're number one in dealer satisfaction. And guess what? We're also number two in service satisfaction in the country. We're higher than every Japanese manufacturer in India in service satisfaction. Just think about that for a second. We're higher than the number one motorcycle player. We're higher than the number two motorcycle player in service satisfaction. That's huge. That's huge. We want to be number one, of course, and we have things to do to get there. But we're doing a lot of things. These things don't happen by accident. You don't become number one in dealer satisfaction, JD Power Survey. Don't become number two in satisfaction just by hanging around. We are working on it. We're really putting our effort, energy,
everything that we have behind all of these things to make sure that this premium product, we get the learning, we are able to deliver a premium experience, which is entirely different from what other people are able to deliver. So that's the sort of route we're going down. And I think, and what I just want to try and tell you and establish is that this is the learning that we've done. This is the progress that we've made at Royal Enfield. It's an enormous progress, and this is what's all of this home market stuff that we've done, all the stuff that we've done here. That's what we're going to take globally.
So now let's look at the bikes outside. Okay, so I'm not sure like how much time it will take to unveil the bike. So if you want, I can be live till then, or else let me end this video here and get me started fresh live in some time once they unveil the bike here.
You know, all those lovely helmets, all those lovely driving gear. It's not just because it's a profit play or something. This is because we believe in order to be the brand that we want to be, in order to